Hey guys, it's Jason from Gardening with Jason. I thought I'd bring you along for a little backyard garden tour today. Here in February. It is early February, the first week of February, here in Ohio, Zone 6. Um, so I just wanted to bring you along and kind of show you what I have going on with the garden. Okay, so the first perspective I want to give you here is coming off of our back deck. And it's just going to be a little overview of the backyard. We're going to go down the steps here of the back deck. Excuse all the mess. It's definitely been winter here, that's for sure. Um, Lots of mud on the deck from the dogs trampling in and out of the house, and who knows what else you'll see out here. I haven't done any kind of cleanup, but over in this section here, I'm trying not to get shadows in the frame. Sorry about that. We have a viburnum. That is the Proven Winners Opening Day Viburnum. And back in here we have a Spartan Juniper. Along with a white pillar, Rose of Sharon. A First Editions Standing Ovation Serviceberry. And all my plants right now, and shrubs and trees, they're all pretty small right now because I just got them planted within the past year or two. Most of this backyard garden is probably about a year old, and I've been moving things around here and there, just trying to get a feel for where I kind of want everything. This here is a black cap pussy willow. Now, it's definitely not the best time of day to be doing this, as the sun is pretty bright this time of day. This is a proudberry coralberry, along with a sugar shack buttonbush, and next to what's going to be a Temple of Bloom 7 sunflower. And all that will have a backdrop of American Pillar arborvitaes. A bunch of random perennials in this section for the hummingbirds. A standing ovation serviceberry. And this columnar tree here, this is a raspberry spear crabapple. It's supposed to have some better disease resistance. And it will get 15 to 18 feet tall while staying 6 to 8 feet wide. Here's a sea green juniper. I have 2 of them in this area. That is an old fire pit I ended up finding on the side of the road a couple days ago. And I filled it up with some rock and gravel to give the birds and squirrels a place to drink or bathe. Here you'll see an emerald green arborvitae, along with a purple pillar, Rose of Sharon, a Diablo 9-bark, a Pinky Winky hydrangea, now in this section here, these plants are all small right now, but they won't take them too long to build up and grow up. The first 2 sets of bricks that you see in front, those are dappled willows. So I'll be trimming those up and keeping those in a hedge form. And I thought they would play off pretty nicely of the black lace elderberry that I have planted behind them, and this wine and roses weigela that I have planted right here. So I thought the dark foliage with the tricolored foliage of the dappled willow would look pretty good together. A couple more evergreens here for my winter interest and for privacy backdrop. This is a blue point juniper. These are some blackberries and a moonglow juniper with an American pillar arborvitae back there in the back, along with 2 more standing ovation service berries. And this here is my woodpecker post that I put in the ground, and I just slab it with peanut butter to try and attract some woodpeckers to the area. This is my Hollywood juniper. Very excited to watch this one grow up and take on its unique form. Back in here I have a Forever Goldie arborvitae, as well as another American pillar. And there's those 2 standing ovation service berries. Over in here I've got a couple smoke bush planted. I've got 3 of them exactly. And those are just your standard royal purple smoke bush. The kids' trampoline. All right, looking back this way, In the back set of bricks, that's that black lace elderberry with the two dappled willows that I planted in front of it. And then I have a blue chiffon, Rose of Sharon, right there. And then this here is a center stage crepe myrtle. And we're right on the cusp for that one, so I don't know if it's going to survive and take shape or not. Right in here, that's a strawberry vanilla hydrangea with a beauty bush. That's early amethyst beauty bush. It's going to be planted right there next to it, in front of it. And in this big empty section, this is just going to be a section of a bunch of perennials, various perennials for the hummingbirds to enjoy, and goldfinches to enjoy the seed heads. This little guy here, this is a firelight tidbit. That small little grass you see back there, that's the Niagara Falls grass from Proven Winners. Zoom out here so you can kind of see. Sorry for the spin. This whole area. And come back in here. This is there's a spirea of some sorts. I can't remember what variety it is right now off the top of my head. That is a Miss Kim lilac, along with a small autumn brilliance service berry. That one's pretty sad looking. That's one that pretty much on its deathbed when I got it. Somebody in the local gardening group gave it to me, and I've been trying to nurse it back to health, but it's not doing too hot. And here is a Scentlandia Sweet Spire. Our little garden pond, our little goldfish pond. This area is not completely finished yet. I expanded it out. In fact, none of the backyard's really finished yet because I focused mostly on the front yard. Now, all these bushes here, this is my holding spot that I put all my small blueberry bushes in. So what I'm hoping to do here is I'm going to build up this area here behind the bricks with some good compost and organic material, and try to give the blueberries a better growing medium to produce a little bit better than what they do. This over here is one of my favorite trees that I've gotten. This is a contorted filbert, or also known as Harry Lauder's walking stick. Here with the pergola, I have a couple different honeysuckles planted along the front posts here. And this back post, I have a Amethyst Falls wisteria vine that I'm training. I'm going to train it to go across each side to that post. And then as well, it's going to go up this post. And then I'm also going to train it across this side to go up that post as well. And then eventually grow over the top of the pergola. Now, there's not really that much to see at this time in February in my yard right now, especially with me just getting going on this backyard area. But eventually, over time, I'm hoping things will grow and really start filling in. So over in this section, this is going to be I hope to make this my shade area. I've got a serviceberry tree right here. This one's going to be multi-trunk that I'm trimming up. Back in there is my little twist and shout hydrangea, which the dog has been digging at. My dog is going to be a nuisance in the garden this year. That little twig there, that is a little oak leaf hydrangea that my mother gave me from Florida out of her yard. And the reason I'm hoping this will be my shade bed is because I have this big maple tree here, and that kind of shades it out under here a little bit. I've limited it up quite a bit, so some light gets in underneath it. So it doesn't get too awful shady yet, but I'm hoping with the service berries that it'll start shading a little bit more. I have 3 service berries planted over in this little section. All of them are autumn brilliants. I also have a bunch of hostas planted over here, eucharella, Brunner, astilbe, all kinds of your shade loving plants, as long as they do good and come back for me this year. This one I'm excited about. This one I bought as a little quart container. This is an Aphrodite sweet shrub. It's a dwarf Burford holly. By this time last year, it had gotten all its leaves zapped off. It is technically a zone 7 through 9 shrub. I purchased it from Kroger 2 years ago for $5 on clearance. So I figured $5 was worth a shot. Try and get to overwinter in our zone. This is a dappled willow that I'm going to just kind of let grow up big and tall into a tree form. Sorry for the spinning again. This here is an Autumn Brilliant Serviceberry Standard. I ended up finding that tree at Lowe's this past season. And also some of the various shrubs I have back here in the back is a Brandywine Viburnum, Little Devil Ninebark, a Gatsby Queen. It's either Gatsby Queen or Gatsby Moon. I'll have to look at my tags and find out for sure which one it is. I have a Lemony Lace Elderberry under them bricks there being protected. It was a little quart pot trying to protect it from the dog. That little set of bricks there, that is a it's the smaller smoke bush that Proven Winners put out. I cannot remember the name of it right now that they call it. This here is a Mount Airy Fothergilla, which I'm hoping it's survived, but it wasn't looking too hot. It lost its leaves very, very early in the season, but it does look like it's got some buds there that might be viable. And another Autumn Brilliant Serviceberry, which I have a T-post there because I need to kind of stake it over and straighten it up a little bit there as it's leaning. I have a couple spice bush in this area, one back here and one back in the other end that we were at. Bear with me on the video. I just got a gimbal that I'm testing out today with this video as well. I have a little limelight hydrangea right there. Hoping it'll put on some size this year. Several more hostas and coral bells in this area. Queen Josephine, Wildberry, Catherine hosta. It's a popcorn viburnum back in there. I don't think it's going to bloom this year because the dog has chewed the tips of that off. Then this little stick right here, this is a Burkwoodii viburnum. Hopefully it'll survive and come back. I don't know. The dog did some damage to that one as well. And that right there is a little start of a major wheeler honeysuckle. I have Empress Wu hosta in here. I have Francis William hosta, Blue Angel hosta as well. Excuse the kids' toys. I gotta clean them up a little bit, straighten them back up. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to look at right now. This is kind of an introductory video to my backyard garden, and hopefully as it progresses you'll see some improvement just as I do. This is a excuse me, this is a sapling of a eastern snowball viburnum that was started by ground layering at one from my mother-in-law's house last year, and I put it in the ground this past spring, and it's done pretty well. I have a few honeyberry starter plants in here. Indigo Gem are the females, and then Check 17 is the male. You need a male and a female in order to produce fruit. A couple blackberries back in there also. You see all the cages and the bricks because I'm trying to protect these little guys best I can. This is a sugar tip, Rosa Sharon. And I may lose a lot of them the way the dog carried on with them when we first got her. I think it's gotten better though since then, the chewing on stuff. A couple neon flash spireas in there. Can't really see them very well. This here is a weekend forsythia. I'm kind of using it as an anchor shrub here in the corner of the pergola, and hopefully the west setting sun is behind me at this area. So hopefully, with having this forsythia here, that'll kind of block out some of the um, intense evening sun from getting onto my hostas and coral bells in that area back in there. We're constantly getting baseballs hitting our yard. So if you see baseballs around, that's what that is. We live behind a baseball field. And the school is supposed to be working on a different approach for their fencing issue to try to keep the baseballs from coming into our yard. Big old shrub pile of sticks from pruning the maple tree. This back here is just a little trellis I stacked together with a bunch of logs and limbs. It probably won't last very long, but it's got a scarlet dropmore honeysuckle climbing up it. We got this is a little potting area back in here. I can't really do a whole lot back in here because of this electric box here that I have, the utility box, and right in through here, if you see this right there, that's my gas. So I have a gas line that runs all the way across there to that fence, and then all the way back behind me as well as a gas main. Back in here by the utility box, I do have a tardiva hydrangea back in here. And I did originally have my American pillars back in here, but I have a fire pit over here, and I didn't want to risk burning them up with the fire pit. So I'm really thinking about just putting a hedge of the pillar, purple and white pillar Rosa Sharons back in here against the fence, and then out in front of them put a bunch of various butterfly, hummingbird type perennials. Okay, well, that does it for today. That's our backyard tour. It's a mess right now between the dogs and all the rain we've been having lately. Very little snow we've had. It's been a very odd winter so far. Here lately, it's been warming up pretty early. So I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping things will take off and really grow up, and I'm hoping I have a little bit better tour for you come closer to springtime. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel and taking time to watch my videos. Like I said, I make these videos mainly for my own purpose as far as documentation, but I figured I might as well make them public in case somebody else might be able to get any kind of good use out of them as well. So thanks for watching.